I have lived in Bali over 2 years, and something I have noticed here that often the foreigners who live here long term look kind of depressed, angry, and exhausted, me including oftentimes. So why is that? Because Bali is supposed to be this paradise to live. I will give you my theory of why it is in this video and also the solutions for all these 5 issues. The first thing is something that definitely happened to me when I arrived to Bali, because I was dreaming of living here for so many years. So when I finally arrived here, I was expecting that everything is going to be perfect and we're going to be so happy and just life is going to be so perfect. But of course it didn't go that way, and I think this happens often to people that when they arrive, there's many issues that comes with living here. So when you're not really prepared for that, you can feel kind of not so well, and then you feel that kind of like guilt for not feeling super happy and grateful for being here because that was always your dream. And yeah, that's actually what happened to me, and that was one of the things that made it a little bit difficult in the beginning. And yeah, what I think will really help with this issue is that when you focus on finding meaning in your life, not only just like living in Bali, but some other project or purpose or business or something you work on, it really helps you to shift your focus on something more important than just like how you feel when you're living here. I'm in Warung Pantai, by the way, Sese, close to Canggu. It's a super nice place. It's so peaceful and chill here. It's more like an island vibe. It's definitely my favorite spot for sunset to find some peace, and also just like it's a good spot to hang out with friends. And also it's really good when you're coming here to be prepared that yeah, there's gonna be challenges in the beginning and always, but it's a learning curve and learning process, and the life here is just getting better and better when you learn how to manage all these things. And there's gonna be many tips in this video later that will help you with the beginning of your time in Bali.
The love will never die down. Together we can fly now.
The heat also makes you so exhausted sometimes. I just played 90 minutes of paddle and I'm soaked. It's so hot sometimes when you do activities. And also when you're just driving around, when it's hot, it's super exhausting sometimes. When the traffic is stuck and there's smoke everywhere, and it's just really exhausting to drive around. And the problem here a little bit that is generally you do so many activities outside and also eat outside so often that it can get quite exhausting with some time. And one solution for these problems is to drink lots of coconuts, and also Pocari Sweat drink is really good. It helps with the electrolytes. But yeah, coconut is pretty nice from the nature, it's natural. And also it's good to go more often to air-conditioned cafes so you can get a little break from the heat. And also to avoid driving too often too far when it's bad traffic, because it's really exhausting and it takes a toll in your body. But yeah, now it's time to go to a sauna before the ice bath. It's really nice here in the jungle paddle. They have this, it's nice after the game. The sauna and the ice bath are so good for mental health and just feeling good mentally, but for physically, yeah, you just need more coconuts and Pocari because sweating so much in the sauna. And if you think it's crazy to go to sauna when you live in Bali, I'm not the only one, but yeah, I'm from Finland, so for me it's normal. It's way better to be in the sauna than just like sweating outside. The next one is really important, and I definitely made this mistake when I moved to Bali. So the thing is too much socializing and being around people. It's really easy to do here in Bali. So once I moved here, I was like, oh my god, it is so easy to meet people. I made so many new friends and I was so excited. I was like, oh, there's all these people I can do these nice things with. So I was super excited and happy about that. But then after a few weeks, after a few months, I really started to feel so drained and just exhausted by all the socializing, and I didn't really realize back then that I just really didn't have enough alone time. And for some people that's of course more important than for others, but in Bali I can see that easily happening for many people, that because you just meet so easily people and people always asking you to come to join for lunch or surf or paddle or just watching sunset or some social gatherings and dinners and everything. So that definitely happened to me, and at the same time it can easily happen here in the beginning that you don't really have any, and this happened to me, that I didn't really have any like really deep friendships. I mean, I had good friends, but not like in a way that I can really trust that they're there for me always and I can talk to them about anything anytime, not in the same way that I had in Finland. So I was new here, I didn't have those kind of friendships, but I had so many friends and so many people and always people asking me to do things. So that really created that weird situation that I was really lonely even if I was always around people. So the solution for this issue is definitely to be mindful about not always being around people and having some alone time also. And also it's really useful to learn to say no to people, especially if you're staying here for long term. You don't really need to go every time people are doing something. And of course having a partner here with you will help with these issues a lot, because you have that one person at least that is always there for you and really you can trust and talk about anything. But yeah, especially if you're here alone, I recommend trying therapy. It was so helpful for me, even if I always thought I don't really need it, because I talk deep talks a lot with my friends and family always, and watching watching podcasts and reading books about mental health. But after trying the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp, I was positively surprised that I was actually able to overcome some issues that I had in my daily life always. And how I felt in my daily life just improved so much just by having my weekly therapy session on BetterHelp. Talking to a licensed therapist that is trained to listen and give you unbiased, helpful advice really is a game changer. For example, for me, I always used to struggle with procrastination in my business when it came to editing these YouTube videos because I didn't really enjoy it that much. It felt a little bit boring. But my therapist provided me with a fresh point of view for it with some practical tools, and suddenly I didn't have this problem anymore, but I actually enjoyed editing as the action was aligning with my core values. She helped me to identify those, and yeah, it was really helpful. And what I love about BetterHelp, that is online, so I can have the video sessions with my favorite therapist wherever I'm in the world, and it's also more affordable than the traditional options. Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to start living a healthier and happier life. If you think you might benefit from therapy, check out BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/hawks. Using that link helps you to support my channel and also gives you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. But now back to the video. One thing that also end up happening to people easily here is that they get food poisoning, aka Bali belly, too often, and when you get it often you get super exhausted and just tired and weak. That's what happened to me in the first weeks when I came to Bali, and it ended up happening all over again for like a year. Often, and yeah, I was super exhausted. I didn't feel so fit, I didn't feel so happy, I didn't feel so healthy. So I really recommend checking my Bali guide for the instructions how to not get Bali belly, because I learned it over the years. But yeah, basically you want to avoid the tap water even for brushing the teeth. You need to avoid some certain food, be careful with the ocean water, and also it's really good to take probiotics every day. And there's also charcoal pills that if you already get something, you can use it. I have more tips with that in the Bali guide. Also the same as with the heat. If you have some problems with your stomach, you probably get a lot of liquids out. So then drinking coconut or Pocari is very helpful to get your body feeling more strong again. And yet, that's why I love Dua Hati, this place, for local Indonesian food, because it's really good, and here they make it fresh, so it's more safe for your stomach basically, because it's not like in the warungs where it's just standing there for the whole day, and yeah. It's better here. And you know, Bali is so beautiful place to live. There's so much to do in Canggu with your friends, like entertainment, parties, eating out, just so many activities you can do here. There's so many trips in Bali you can do easily with your friends, and it's affordable, so you can basically do them all the time. But this can easily become a problem, because when you just do those things too often, it becomes a norm and you kind of just get like numbed, and that definitely happened to me, and I have seen that happen to so many times to different people. Like in the beginning when I came here, I was just like doing a trip all the time and all the time doing things with my friends, and I started to just like, yeah, it didn't feel so good anymore. It just happens. So solution for this is, and by the way, like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. But yeah, I would say that if you focus on health, wellness, fitness, and just your life, and focus on work and business mainly, and then you do these nice things every now and then, once a day, once a week, something, instead of doing them all the time, it really helps with like just enjoyment of life here, and you remain like just grateful and excited to do these nice things also when you don't do them all the time. And just like having a run on the beach sometimes, spending some time in the nature, it really helps also. And also I realized that when I eat really good food every day, every meal, when I eat outside like burgers and burritos and stuff, I really start feeling not so excited about it. Like I feel like I need to eat that all the time to feel like good, but it's just really not good for you, for your health, and also how you feel mentally. So I recommend just like focusing on eating healthy. It's really easy here also. There's so many nice options for healthy food, and you will feel so much better. And also general like dopamine detox here is so important, because there's so much nice things around all the time. So basically don't drink and go out party all the time and eat like burgers and that kind of foods all the time. And of course also like being on the devices nowadays is so often happens for me also, that I'm too much on my phone and computer. And it's good sometimes to come to the beach and do some grounding and just be barefoot in the nature. I know the title of this video was a little bit clickbaity. It's not really. Maybe 99% that are depressed in Bali. I still think that the life here is so much better. I just came to one of my favorite restaurants for some lunch, and I see that the potential here for the lifestyle and life and everything for people it's like infinite. It's like it can be so perfect. But I really think that these issues I talk in this video are a big challenge to many people who move here, me included. When I came, it has been a process over these 2.5 years to arrive to this place. Now that I feel quite content and good and happy, and I feel okay, like there's not any of these issues anymore so present. But of course there's still challenges and issues in life, of course. But I hope this video was helpful and you're able to avoid some of these issues I experienced in the beginning. And thanks for watching. See you next week.